Okay, good evening. I'd like to call the North Aurora Village Board meeting for Monday, August 15th, 2022 to order. Please join me in a silent prayer meditation. All right, thank you. Tonight we have a special group in. We have the North Aurora Boy Scout Troop 301 and Andrew, Neil, and Gavin. Would you like to come forward? And they're going to start the Pledge of Allegiance for us.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very much. Great. Good job, guys.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Graffino,
Here.
Trustee Carroll,
Here.
Trustee Curtis, Trustee Gately,
Here.
Trustee Lowry,
Here.
Trustee Nedved,
Here.
Trustee Salazar, here.
All right, thank you. I got a proclamation. It's our River Day. Whereas the Fox River was essential to our lives of Native Americans and early settlers of the Fox River Valley in providing resources to grow and later became a driving force in creating commercial and industrial growth. Whereas the Fox River, once a fine fishery and source of public water, became burdened with the uncontrolled discharge of industrial, commercial, and municipal waste, with the resulting pollution threatening the health and welfare of the population of the Fox River, including humans and wildlife. Excuse me. Whereas the sustained, increasingly diligent and effective efforts have been made over the past century to reduce and eliminate pollution, change our river's natural shoreline, and whereas the Fox River has been largely freed from its burden of pollution, once again has become a safe source of recreation, reliable public water supply with its fish and wildlife population and clear recovery. Whereas the Village of North Aurora recognizes the historic, present, and future value of this unique and precious natural resource to our community and all the communities within and beyond the Fox River Valley. Now, therefore, be proclaimed that I, Mark Graffino, Village President, and the Board of Trustees of North Aurora do hereby declare the third Saturday of September this year and every year thereafter shall be recognized as it's our Fox River Day. Support events that honor and celebrate the life and well-being of the Fox River. Date of this day, August 15th, 2022. All right, thank you. So under audience comments, if you're here to speak on item 9, we're going to have audience comments prior to that item. But if you're here for any 1 through 8 or anything else, you're welcome to speak. All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Lowry,
Yes.
Trustee Nedved,
Yes.
Trustee Salazar, yes. Trustee Carroll,
Yes.
Trustee Curtis, Trustee Gately.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Under new business, item 1, Steve.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 1 is the approval of a resolution to adopt a Village of North Aurora logo use policy. This was recently discussed at our committee of the whole meeting. We were approached by a local Boy Scout troop that wanted to use our logo within their logo. And we don't have a policy that governs how our logo is to be used. So in front of you is the policy that was reviewed by the village board previously. The main highlight is that someone who wants to use our logo would have to submit exactly how it would be used and show how it would be used within their logo. And then the village board would have to approve its use before it gets allowed for that group to use it. And it's limited to non-for-profit groups that service North Aurora specifically.
Motion to approve. Second.
Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
Trustee Lowry,
Yes.
Trustee Nedved,
Yes.
Trustee Salazar, yes. Trustee Carroll,
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
All right, thank you. Item 2, Steve.
Thank you. Item number 2 is a resolution to allow Boy Scout Troop 104 permission to utilize the Village of North Aurora logo. In your packet, you'll see they actually have the resolution and the image of how it would be used. And that's before you tonight. With our approval, they can now use it as part of their logo.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Nedved?
Yes.
Trustee Salazar?
Yes.
Trustee Carroll?
Yes.
Trustee Curtis?
Yes.
Trustee Gately?
Yes.
Trustee Lowry?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 3, Jason.
Thank you. This ordinance is approving the second budget amendment for fiscal year 21-22. We're just done finalizing all the audit entries and we just have a few cleanup items. This budget amendment is made up of 3 primary areas. The first is just budget transfers between departments within the general fund. So we're just cleaning up some budget discrepancies. We're not increasing general fund total budget, remains neutral between these transfers. The second part of it is actually increasing the police pension fund, but by $255. We went over budget in that fund, so minor cleanup there, increasing that. And then the third piece of it is an additional transfer from the general fund to the capital projects fund. The budget was originally approved with a $600,000 transfer, but because of the financial results of the general fund for the fiscal year, we have an excess money in there. So we're actually increasing another $2,150,000. So a total of $2,750,000 going from the general fund to the capital projects fund to be used for capital projects in the future. Even with that transfer, we still target a general fund balance reserve of roughly 65%. So that's above our 40 to 50%. So a really good year this past year. So we're just moving that over to use for future roads or buildings or whatever need.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Lowry?
Yes.
Trustee Nedved?
Yes.
Trustee Salazar? Yes. Trustee Carroll?
Yes.
Trustee Curtis? Trustee Gately?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 4, John.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is the approval to award a contract for the 2022 tree replacement program to Acres Group in the amount of $34,916. This program will include the removal or the planting of 100 trees throughout the village in areas where we had taken them down in the past due to disease or just in areas where they were missing and we needed them. So Acres Group has done this work for us the last 3 years. We had 6 companies pick up plans this time, only 2 bid, but Acres, also known as Yellowstone Landscaping, provided us with the lowest bid in the amount of $34,916. It's the staff recommendation to award this contract to them.
Motion approved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, I have a quick question. You said it's for 100 trees, which is about $3,500 per tree. That seems like it's a little high. Traditionally, what have we paid on those?
I think we're looking at $350.
$349 a tree.
So,
I thought you said 100 trees.
Yes.
let's see if I'm doing 350. Yeah, so I think 350 by 100 is about 35,000. So I think the 34,000.
I thought you said 100 trees. So, but it's 350 trees.
It's 100 trees at $350.
Okay. So how is it 35,000 to replace the trees?
Am I doing my math wrong?
100 trees at
No, the math's
350.
correct.
That's right.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Well, thank you for the clarification. I'm just a little fuzzy on my math, apparently.
Call the roll, please.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar. Yes. Trustee Carroll,
Yes.
trustee Curtis.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 5, John.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is the approval to award a contract for Cherry Tree Court sanitary sewer extension to Fox Excavating in the amount of $136,025. About a year ago, we had identified there were 2 houses on Cherry Tree that were connected into the same sanitary service before they joined together and then ran quite some distance to our sewer main. It's Fox Metro's ordinance as well as kind of our own practice that each individual single family house has its own sanitary service running to the main. In order to provide the residents with a place to connect, we had to extend our sanitary sewer main so that they would have that opportunity to connect. So that's the scope of the work here. The project was designed in-house by our village engineer, and the construction management also is going to be performed by him. So this is an award then to the lowest bidder, Fox Excavating, who's done this work in neighboring communities in the past and it did a successful job with it. So again, this would be the recommendation of staff to award the contract to Fox Excavating in the amount of $136,025.
Motion to approve.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Trustee Salazar. Yes. Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Trustee Gately.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Nedved.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 6, John.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is the approval of an engineering agreement with EEI for a water system flow modeling study with EEI in the amount of $118,976. So this study is going to study our water system, specifically the distribution system. So we're going to look at all the pipes underground and evaluate their capacity and the flow going through them. And what the study will help us determine is the amount of flow we can get at various points throughout the village. So if there was a private development coming in, a heavy water user, we would be able to know if we were able to provide them with that amount of water. Additionally, the study is going to identify areas where we might have choke points in the system. So it may be an 8-inch main connected to a 6-inch main and then back to an 8. And we could identify that 6-inch main as potentially for replacement in the future to improve the overall flow of the system. So we do have sufficient funds in the water fund to complete this study. And so it's the staff recommendation to award the agreement to EEI in the amount of $118,976.
Motion to approve. Second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Nedved.
Yes.
Trustee Salazar. Yes. Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Trustee Gately.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 7, I just want to make a point that this item was brought up by a young man, excuse me, out in the crowd, Brandon. Raise your hand, Brandon. Thank you. Yeah, Brandon was one of the, I think several people, but to talk about a crosswalk at Randall Road and Dogwood. So it was very nice. So thank you, John.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, as you mentioned, this item was just we had identified this as a location for pedestrians to cross Randall Road at Dogwood Drive. The project includes installing pedestrian signals at the traffic signals, so the push buttons could be utilized for pedestrians to cross safely across Randall Road. The item was also presented 2 weeks ago at the COW meeting, and it was met with approval by the village board at that time. So this is simply the approval of a contract with EEI to perform the engineering in the amount of $45,941 and no cents.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Trustee Gately.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Nedved.
Yes.
Trustee Salazar. Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 8, Mike.
Thank you. Go ahead. Democracy
Good
in
job.
action.
Item number 8 is an ordinance approving a map amendment and special use as a plan unit development for 29.43 acres of property to be known as the Park 88 Logistics Center in the Village of North Aurora. This is known as petition 22-03. It's the warehouse development located to the north of Sullivan Road, east of Evergreen Drive and south of Smoke Tree Plaza. This item was discussed at the June 6th committee of the whole meeting. At that time, staff did present a draft PUD ordinance. There were a couple minor changes since then. We did actually change the language pertaining to the changes of development. At that point in time, the actual staff had the authority to approve minor changes. What we did is we took that out. We put the zoning ordinance back into the PUD, which requires that the village board approve any minor changes. So we're just mirroring the zoning ordinance language, giving the authority to the village board. Also, too, for condition 1, we just put in there that the village engineer has the right to approve the intersection at Sullivan Road. The village, or excuse me, the city of Aurora is currently investigating that intersection. So what would happen is once they've given a green light, our engineer would have an ability to take a look at it and then they could approve it. The reason being is it is right now a full access intersection. We imagine that in any case that it would be brought to a lesser intense environment. So the village engineer could take a look at that. So we wouldn't imagine anything, any larger intersection going in at that point. So, and there have been no changes to development plans since the last discussion.
Motion approved. Second.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar. Yes. Trustee Carroll,
Yes.
trustee Curtis.
All right, thank you. So item 9, we have two people, at least one person signed up. Dale Berman, would you like to come up and speak? I'm sorry, public comment first, I thought. I'm sorry. That's okay, no problem.
Thank you. I'm Dale Berman, 13 Chantilly Lane in North Aurora. And I felt I had to speak about this because I was so interested in bringing the cannabis to North Aurora umpteen years ago. You know, we've had a lot of different controversial things over the years in North Aurora. Some have been important, some have not been important. But one of the things that I see about when somebody is against something, they come up with the old FUD, the old fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And they want to put a doubt in your mind about what's going to happen. What's going to happen to our kids? How about the traffic is going to be? Oh, there's not been any parking and all the different things that can go bad. The other thing is, you know, not in my backyard. Well, I always said about not in my backyard, if you buy 200 acres and build in the middle, you're probably safe. And I think back to one of our controversial issues years ago was putting cats on leash. No one wanted the cats to run loose in North Aurora. Dogs had to be on leashes. Why didn't cats? And that was a controversial thing. We probably had this many people here talking about why should we put cats on leash, or we better put cats on leash, one or the other. You know, then we go along with different things. And off-track betting. Off-track betting was one. This room was 3 times as full as this. We had a racetrack in North Aurora for 30, 40 years before off-track betting was proposed in the village. One of the things that, you know, we are against things, maybe because our moral or because our religion, but I think not everybody is of the same moral respect. Not everybody is the same religious. And it's nice for you to put yours forward. But I think the village board has always, I think, done what's in the best interest of the people of North Aurora. So I think this is one of the things that the presentation by the cannabis group at the cow meeting was fantastic. I think that I don't think I've ever seen anything as complete and as informative as what they've done. And you've all had an opportunity to go visit the facility and see what it is. And you know what it is. You know what goes into making it happen. And we all know that the success of any business or any organization or anything is the leadership. And they've shown that. I think we had more problems with our bowling alley, and we got more problems with the hotels, any place where there's people, and we don't have that many people that come in or at the cannabis business at the same time. So anyway, I'm in favor. I think that it's the best thing for the village, and we certainly need the revenue. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Christine, you want to speak? Okay. You're up.
I'm not sure that there's much I could do to improve on the last speaker, so I'm going to withdraw my comments. And other than to say that we're not asking you to do anything new, we're asking you to continue what you started back in 2014, 2015, when you took a chance on this, on regulating and controlling this industry within your municipal limits. And I'm hopeful that over the last 7 or 8 years of our operation, we have demonstrated to you that your decisions to not only authorize medical cannabis dispensaries here, but also adult use cannabis dispensaries here without incident, without safety, security, or consumer protection issue. In addition to the revenue that we've been able to produce for the town, will help you all be comfortable with supporting our effort to simply relocate an existing running operation to a more suitable location in the village. So thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, sure. So, folks, before we get started, I want to make sure that we understand sort of the parameters of, the voting process. So, because the proposed use was not recommended by the zoning board. This is what we would call sort of a special vote. It requires a supermajority of the trustees. Okay, so that means that the president cannot vote, unfortunately. It means we need 4 of 6 trustees for the measure to pass. And it has to be a positive vote. It can't be an abstention. And so, and the other thing that I wanted to say is, when we're talking about this and we're analyzing it, just make sure we're doing it in the context of the village code related to special uses. Okay.
All right. Item 9, Mike.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 9 is an ordinance approving a special use to allow an adult use cannabis dispensing organization in the B2 General Commercial District for the property located at 2080 West Orchard Road. This is known as petition 22-04 and as was discussed at the August 1st, 22 committee of the whole meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar,
Yes.
trustee Carroll,
No.
trustee Curtis.
All right. Thank you. That concludes that portion of the meeting. Village President report. I don't have any. Trustee comments? Comments? Administrator report?
No report tonight, other than we do have our first movie night that we're offering in Tanner Trails Park coming up on August 27th.
Great. Okay. Department reports? Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Friday, we have Cops on Top for Special Olympics. We will be at both locations from 5 in the morning till 11:30 in the afternoon or morning. Then Saturday, our community picnic at the police department is going to be from 12 to 4. Hopefully the weather holds off. And something we're very excited about. Today, village staff and police staff met regarding a new program we would like to implement at the police department, the therapy dog program. So we're looking forward to presenting the program to you in the near future for your approval and feedback. That's it. Thanks, Mayor.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Motion adjourned.
So moved. Adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Thank you. We'll meet with the committee of the whole. We'll start shortly. Thank you.